Venus and Neptune will be talking today. So we need to be practical in our thoughts or what we want to create or bring into being, actually. So we really have to be careful of what we're thinking of, what we want to create, what we want to bring into reality. Now, the energy will try to lead us towards fantasies and unrealistic expectations, so we have to be honest with ourselves and we have to be practical with ourselves. Mercury is having a conversation with Pluto today as well, and Pluto is just about ready to change signs. It'll be in Capricorn tomorrow, and a retrograde is looming in the near future for us. So start to prepare now for that wonderful retrograde that we're going to be having. But before it does cross over into Capricorn, it's going to have a conversation with Pluto. Okay, and we could uncover some information today that will otherwise remain buried. So we need to utilize that energy properly. Today may also be the day to have that very uncomfortable conversation. So sit back, relax. Let's explore the cosmic energies. Together, we can gain an understanding of how to embrace this energy, utilize this energy, and move forward today and every day. So, hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you so much for being here, for all the positive, loving support you send me each and every day. I put that in the beginning because my fear is I'm going to end the video and forget to say it. So I always say it at the beginning just to make sure, because I would feel just like really bad. You guys take the time out of your day to show up for me, and I don't even say thank you for that. So a worst nightmare. Yeah, let's start. Let's dive into our daily focus for November the 30th, 2023. Let's start with the numerology. Today we have that beautiful 30 energy. Now, the 30 energy is about celebration, it's about happiness, it's about joy, it's about good news coming in and the celebration of that good news. It's about getting together with people and just having fun, just enjoying each other's company. Now, 3 plus 0 is a 3. So, whenever you have a number that is with a 0, it's like a godlike energy. So, it raises that energy of the 30. So, really, 3 is celebration, good news coming in. It could have a little bit to do with our communication as well and what we want to transform in our life going forward and talking about those things. Maybe thinking about those things. If we look at the daily numerology, it would be an 11 plus a 3 plus a 7, which is a 21 energy. So once again, 2 plus 1 is a 3, but we get there from a 21 energy. So there's different vibrations coming in for this 3 energy, which opens up the 3 energy so much more to actually what I kind of tailed off on at the end of it. 21 is about, you've gone through all the challenges, you've gone through everything, you're ready to go to that elevated step, that next part of your journey forward. But there are some things that you need to take care of. There are some loose ends that you need to tie up. There are some endings that need to be in place, or perhaps there's some healing that has to happen. And why are we doing this? Because of the 3 energy. Because we want to transform, we want to create, we want to dream about the possibilities of our tomorrow and then make them real, make them tangible. Okay, let's dive into the astrology. Sun is in Sagittarius, the moon is in Cancer for the full day. Mercury's going to be talking to Pluto, okay, and that's going to take our thoughts to a much deeper level. So this is a day to do some research, have that difficult conversation. We want to uncover mysteries. We want to research. We want a greater understanding or to grow our knowledge in some way, in some form. Venus and Neptune are also talking, so this could bring in some doubt, insecurity into our thoughts. We want to, we want to see under a realistic light, but we much prefer today to keep the fantasy alive. Okay, we may ignore the truth, the practicalities. We might try and sweep it under a rug. Don't look at it. It doesn't exist. Move it to the back burner. So once again, we have that energy of indecision lingering, and today is not a day to make the decisions because of that transit, right? We do not want to start making some realistic steps towards something that we know that we can't grasp at this time, that we can't do at this time. Like if you have let's say you have a business and your big goal is to franchise it maybe 5 years down the road, or and you're putting all your effort into the franchise part of it. Well, you're probably not going to need that until you grow your business much bigger. So you're way off in fantasy land. Not saying that those fantasies can't come true, but you're putting your concentration way over there when it needs to be right here, right in front of you. The practicalities of the next step and the next step and the next step and beyond. So don't get sucked into getting pulled into, your best life ever kind of picture that I always tell you to form in your mind, that you're actually going to get there today. You're going to concentrate on that. Maybe one little tiny aspect of that and put that as your focus. And we don't want our focus all over the place today. We want to really focus on one major part of our life today. Okay, so if it's relationships, it's relationships. If it's job, stature, promotions, starting your own business, you want to keep those. You don't want to mold them all together, even if they do connect. You want to keep your focus just on the main one. I think that's a healthier choice. Otherwise, we could be all over the place. We could be scatterbrained and not get anywhere. So we don't want that. Okay. And it's the final day for Mercury to be in Sag. So it'll be moving into Capricorn tomorrow, December the 1st. In a couple of weeks, we will go stationary retrograde, and it won't be until we have all said to each other Happy New Year, ring in the new year, and January 1st, it'll move into stationary direct for us. So there's a couple of things actually happening at the end of the year. We have Jupiter too. Jupiter has been retrograde for, it seems like, forever now. Anyways, it goes stationary direct on, I think it's December 31st. So whatever you're making your New Year's resolutions for, just like pop them wide open, because you've got Jupiter there ready to finally go forward in the way we want it to go forward for the expansion. Up till now, it's been pulling us back and showing us, you did this wrong, you forgot about that completely. What about this mess over here? Are we going to do something with this? So now it's and we'll be going through it for the month of December, yes. But then December 31st, when we're making those resolutions, when we're making those promises to ourselves, they have a much better chance of surviving, because Jupiter is also listening at stationary direct, saying, I'm ready to go forward. And what do you want in your life? Where do you want the expansion? Where do you want the growth? Where do you want the abundance? Okay, let's go to the cards. So there's a lot of wonderful coming up. I'm going to have to do something like last year for you, where I discounted a reading for you. Like that was kind of crazy for me, though. But I got them all out. There was a lot of you. Oh my gosh, there was so many of you that reached out. I wasn't expecting that. And I thank you for that. It's never a problem being too busy for you guys. But that being said, I was trying to get Christmas and New Year's on my end, and oh my gosh, it was so I'll have to be a little bit more practical in my thinking, so I won't come up with it for the next day or two. Okay. Oh, we had the Page of Pentacles try to flip open. Okay, well, let's see if he shows up. Our underlying energy for today, that kind of blanket that kind of supports us for this entire day, is the Six of Wands, of knowing that we have succeeded in the past. Okay? You may say, oh, not too often, Tilly. And I'm here to tell you, you can use a fork, you can use a knife, you can use a spoon, you can walk on 2 feet. You can probably use scissors quite well too. We forget all those little things that make up the bigger picture of who we are today. So we've done a ton of work in our lives in order to be better at many things in our life. And some things seemed very impossible when you were standing in front of it, and somehow you managed to get through it, and through it maybe with a success. So this card is saying to recognize your successes. Other people will. This is you not resting on your laurels. This is you thinking about, how do I move forward? I've had successes in the past, so I know I can be successful. So how do I walk forward with that success? But I think you have a good support system behind you, where there's people cheering you on for the most part. If not, well, we know our angels, our guides, the universe, God is definitely clapping their hands and cheering for us. Remember that when you sob, when you shed a tear, your angels are sobbing because they want to help. But we have free will, so sometimes they just have to watch us faceplant until we are smart enough to say, "Can you come down here and help me out? Because I'm not getting this on my own." Anyways, with the Six of Wands is you are in armor. You have your weapons. You are ready to go forward. You have that scroll with your new mission. And it's time for you to start moving in that direction. Now, under a full moon energy, we're not going to make it too far. Okay? I'd love to say, well, when we snap our fingers, it's all going to be something, but there's work to be done. Okay? We're going to start going forward, and guess what? We're going to get a roadblock. We're going to get something pushing us back. We're going to get something from the past coming and saying, hey, I need attention right now. You didn't pay attention to me when you had the chance, so now I'm interrupting your path forward so you can take a look at me. So that's why it's so important under the full moon energy is to release, to complete, to let go, to move past, to heal. So that when we are in full motion forward, something doesn't come and interrupt us, take our focus away from where we are in order to deal with something that we should have dealt with, that we procrastinated on, that we hoped would go away, that we moved to the back burner. But that doesn't mean we stop. That doesn't mean we don't try to go forward. But going forward now will show us. It's actually a great time to try and push yourself forward a little bit because it shows us where we're going to trip up. At a time when we need to release and let go, we can say, you know what? It's that behavior of mine. It's that habit of mine. Or maybe I always do things this way and I need to be proactive and do it a different way going forward. The Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands, we want balance. We want balance in our thought, and we're trying to create that balance in our mind, in our thoughts of how our world should be. Now, this is a brand new thought process that's coming in. This may be an aha moment for you today. This may be, a light bulb going off. Lightning strikes. You get this moment of clarity and understanding of how you can go forward, or maybe where you are going forward, where you're going to put your energy. So pay attention to that today, especially with this card here, because we want the true balance, and we're not going to really know a lot about how to bring that in or how it's all going to work. So maybe it's more of a prayerful stage for us, a day of gratitude or journaling about what the problems are, what the pros are, what the cons are, or at least talk it through with yourself, seemingly with yourself. They're always listening. In order to bring things in so everything goes with the flow. We're not trying to push too hard, but we're not trying to stand back too much, and we're trying to get that beat, that rhythm, right? Well, we want that rhythm. The Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles says you have gained the knowledge, the wisdom that you need in order to go forward. You've passed all the tests. Okay, those sunflowers in the front there are all mature, which tells me that they represent your path and the miles that you have walked in order to get to the here and now. It's also a very spiritual card. We're dressed in white, so we're thinking about our tomorrows. We're thinking about our happily ever after. We're thinking about our best life ever. And this bird has come down. And you see the flock? They're all going to deliver the messages that we give. And here's your bird showing up, spirit showing up, your angel showing up and saying, tell me what you really want. What would make you happy? What would make you jump for joy? What would allow you to express yourself or be more creative? What would help you to be more loving or more caring or more understanding? What would, what do you truly want and why do you want it? And at the end of the day, we're really driven because we want love, we want happiness, and we want to be included. Okay, so any step that we even try and take where we think somebody might not approve of this step will hold us back because we don't want to lose that connection with that person. We don't want to lose their love. We don't want to lose their respect. We don't want to be on the outside looking in. So you have to boil down your dreams and your desires and your wants to the why. Why? Because it has to come back to growing your love or growing your happiness, your joy, being of service to others. And we'll go back to the guy who wants to start making bracelets and just selling bracelets in his little business. And they don't think they're being of service to anybody, but somebody's going to come along, they're going to fall in love with it, they're going to give you a couple of bucks for it, but the dollars don't really matter because they're going to put it on and they're going to think, I look so much better, or this bracelet has great energy, or this matches this outfit just perfectly for me, and they're going to fall in love with it, and it's going to raise their vibration, their happiness, their joy, and you did that by being brave enough to market your wares, your talents, your ability, and put it out to the world instead of hiding it under a bucket. Okay, that really has, I don't think, too much to do with anything. So a couple of you, your angels are talking through me today. I feel like I'm supposed to pick one more card here, so I'm going to. The Four of Pentacles appears. What are you holding on to? Let it go. Let it go. It serves no purpose. And if you're afraid that you're going to lose it because you let it go, well, then chances are you were supposed to lose it. Chances are it doesn't support you going forward. Perhaps it comes back in later on. Sometimes we have to give up those little things that we want in our life immediately because we're a now kind of generation coming around, right? It's like I say it and I want it. And if it doesn't appear instantly, I'm on to something else. I can't wait, right? I mean, look at TikTok videos. What are they, 12 seconds long? And we get bored with some of them, right? We're already after 2 or 3 seconds. No, I don't want to watch that. No, don't want to watch that. And we have to really slow that down. We have to be very aware of what that's doing to our thought processes and being able to take a step back and think clearly and reasonably. And some of us have to practice a lot more because we're getting used to 2 or 3 seconds. We're bored. Let's move on. 2 or 3 seconds, it didn't happen, so it must not be for me. And I mean, that could be part of the energy today, where we think, oh yeah, I really want to get going with this. It'd be practical to, draw up a actual plan or a strategy, or maybe figure out where I am financially, or do I have enough time or energy to do something like this. And the little voice will say, oh, come on, we want to watch that movie, or we're almost done that series. We got to find out what happens. We can't just be sitting on the edge like this. Come on, make yourself some popcorn. We'll sit down and watch that movie first. Then maybe we'll get around to it. Because we have forever and a day. We have the energy now to work with. Okay, I was with a client, I don't know, 5 or 6 months ago. And something was happening for him. And I said, if you don't want to do it, I said, this energy will be around in 10 years from now. Oh, no. Because it wasn't, like it was one of those hammer home kind of readings. And he was thinking probably in his mind, that's a lot of work to do. And I said, well, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. I mean, it's going to be around 10 years again. Okay, we have the ideal course of action, 37, which is a 10 energy, which brings in luck. And knowing that this too shall pass, that we will be entering new seasons soon enough, sure enough. Okay, we've got a lot of different things in this picture, so I will hold that card up. So something might call out just to you. This card has been coming up quite a bit over the last month, I think. So it's easy to be overwhelmed in the planning of any kind of new endeavor. Simplify your plans, clearly envision what you would like to accomplish, and find ways to ensure that you can stay on path. Eliminate self-sabotage or behavior that might derail you. Determine what you desire next. Do this through daydreaming and visualizing what delights and inspires you. Trust that this is an important phase that is necessary to maintain alignment and clarity. Okay, I just heard something, so I'm going to say it. I don't know where it comes from. You don't know how deep the water is until you actually walk into the shallow end and keep moving forward. And then you find it. Then you find the deep. Then you find... That means something to somebody out there. Okay. We have the unicorn. Infinite possibilities. You are the sovereign of the seen and unseen worlds. The magic of love surrounds you. Beauty transforms you. Listen to the spirits of light. Abandon the darkness. Go beyond the ordinary and become legendary. And so that could be a part of, the last line. Go beyond ordinary and become legendary. I mean, who are you? Like, what is your fear? What is your anxiety? Why don't you want to try that step? Is it a person, their reaction? Is it a group of people? Is it just the way that you always thought it all worked and this is kind of stepping out of the comfort zone? This isn't usually who you are, but you want to be that person? What's holding you back? What is that fear? What is that anxiety? And I invite you to start, when you feel that fear, when you feel that anxiety, to start calling it anticipation. Because really, it's just about the same thing, except one gets you all excited, and the other one gets you to pull into your cave, so to speak. But really, it feels like the same thing inside of us. When we're really feeling that fear, it could also be anticipation. It is the unknown. I don't know what I'm stepping into, and it could be great. I mean, it really could be great, right? Right? Could be really great. Well, it's what you're looking at and how you're interpreting everything will make it great or not. So today, go beyond the ordinary and become legendary. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.